Hi. Hello. For all of you tuning in after the fact, no one's here yet, but for you guys who are tuning in after the fact, I'm Stevie Lynn and this is Leanne. And welcome to Unfiltered After 50. I think the title is descriptive, right?
I think
We
it's pretty good. Although I
yeah.
feel I feel like when people think unfiltered, they're going to get a lot more than what they get with us. I don't know
Um well, we're
because I
nice.
we're nice. Exactly. I think that's the thing is that we're nice and we don't I don't know, we swear, but we're not rude.
I know. Okay, Unfiltered After 50 with kindness.
That's
Unfiltered after 50, but kind.
but kind. There you go.
How funny. So,
So how was your week?
it's been good. I started that whole playful fitness thing. I'm not sure what to call it, like either play-based fitness because that's sort of like plant-based fitness, but it's play-based and plant-based fitness. Play,
That's
play,
good.
play-based, but it's also playful fitness. So it's both.
Right.
I'll use both the hashtags. And I started that yesterday, and I'll tell you what it is. It's this new thing that I dreamt up where I play for fitness, but I create some parameters so that it's not just totally unstructured and, lazy play. So the parameter I set for myself is 10,000 steps per day, which isn't like crazy. It is kind of a lot, when you live like not in the city. I walk around my yard a lot, but it takes 2 hours to do that.
Oh,
So,
wow.
and I listen to a book, but that's part of the fun. That's part of the playful. I love listening to books, but the other
Mhm.
part is I within that 10,000 steps as I'm doing also jump rope, I listen to music, I dance, and I hula hoop. So I
Oh,
basically
wow.
just play outside for 2 hours. And the parameter is just basically I need to get 10,000 steps in and, just, be intentional about my play. But it's still
That's really
unstructured.
good. That's
Yeah, like
really good.
thank you. Like some days I don't I like for instance the jump roping. For anybody who wants to do it too, and if you haven't jump roped in a while, you need to take it easy. You can't just like because sometimes
Mhm.
you might build the skill up. Like at first, you're like, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's hard, and then all of a sudden you're doing it, and it becomes easier. But you have to kind of build up fitness for it, and it's not just cardiovascular. It's also like you can hurt your feet. So you have to do it slowly. So I'm taking breaks on that. I just
Oh, good.
taking days off until I'm up to, speed. But
Have you compared the regular steps to jump rope? Because they're not equal, obviously. Like
yeah,
they're not
no.
even jump rope isn't even equal to running.
Yeah, jump rope is high intensity.
It is high
Yeah.
intensity. So
And
it can be
walking is
really hard on
low.
your
Yeah.
it can be really hard on your joints, like your hips, your knees, and your
Yeah.
feet.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's really important to take it slow.
Yeah. And I use these shoes that are zero shoes. They're like barefoot shoes.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
I'm doing it on the dirt. So, like, the dirt is good, but the shoes have no cushioning
No. So you would really
whatsoever.
feel it.
Yeah, but it's good for also, bone health to do
Mm-hmm.
that. So, but you have to just take it slowly to get there. Who's here? Oh, I wish I had my glasses. Why do I not read my glasses? I tried jump roping at 43. Screw that. Yeah, can you read the name? I should have brought my glasses. I'm so sorry. Can you read her
I am
name?
imperfect. I am imperfection, perfection.
And the name oh, I Am Imperfection. Oh, that's a great name.
That is.
Yeah,
I
it's
hurt for
it's
days. Yeah, it's intense. Yeah.
it's hard, but I don't have, I'm not like, "Oh, I have to jump rope 100." I just put on a song and I jump rope until I don't want to anymore. So it's
I
not,
think that's fair.
it's play. It's playful
Mhm.
fitness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if I
and that's
had
the
friends sorry.
no, no, go ahead.
If I had friends who, wanted to join me, then it would be like, when you're kids, you're like, "Oh, I could do 50. Well, I'm 75. Well, that would be fun. That would be fun too." But we gotta be
Yeah.
bratty. We gotta be bratty about it. It's gotta be fun. It's gonna be like, "Watch me." We ca
I will just be doing the watching because I will not be jumping rope. I don't have
Yeah.
anywhere to jump rope. Like, I'm moving into an apartment on the top floor. I cannot do that to the people below me. And I'm certainly not going to go outside in front of the apartment building and jump rope. I'm sorry.
Well, there are other ways to play. Like, you can play golf, you can play basketball. It's just whatever you like to do. If you like to hit the gym, hit the gym. Okay. Oh, I need to get my glasses, don't I?
Knew I was getting old when the other day I was coming down my stairs and my right hip completely gave it. Oh my
Oh,
God.
that must be
You
so
know
scary.
how when your arm gets pulled out of socket and just kind of dangles there? Oh my God. I am so
Ah,
sorry. That's painful. Jeez.
gosh, ouch. And
Ow,
I'm
ow,
glad you
ow.
you made it down the stairs okay, because that's really sketchy.
Hi, Meredith.
Hi, Meredith. Meredith is coming to my house.
I heard. And then we've got somebody else, Rysania. Rysania. Hi.
Cyrus Sonia, I can't see. My
She
glasses are
doesn't have her
so
glasses. They're in the yard somewhere, she says.
I do have another pair of glasses, but I am not gonna do that thing and, just, like, take my friend to a party and then just leave her with a bunch of people. So I'm not
Hey,
gonna go get my
man.
glasses right now.
You're here to entertain everybody. Thank you, Stevie. I appreciate it. Oh,
Yeah.
but no,
So
I think playful exercise or playful movement is so important.
yeah.
You know, I'm working at just getting more yoga into my life, and then I get outside and I ground, like I earth. I love getting my bare feet into any, like, I just like walking around in my bare feet. I don't care if it's rocks, if it's grass, if it's sand, if it's dirt, if it's mud, if it's I even loved it when I was a kid and the pavement in the summer would get hot and you would
Mhm.
stick your and you could squeeze your toes into the pavement. I love that. I'd always look for hot spots where I could
Oh,
like, okay, we're not talking Las Vegas summer hot. We're talking about
I was like,
Canada or New Zealand summer hot, which isn't as like scalding your feet and walk away with blisters. It's just like really nice and warm and you stick your feet in and
yeah. Oh,
I always loved
yeah.
that.
I took that for granted in California, but then when I moved to, like, New Mexico and lived at 7,000 feet where we get really cold, I always look forward to, like, my first barefoot day, on a warm in California, you can go barefoot all the time. I'm barefoot now, but you don't wanna see my bare feet because
I used
because
to
I
go
walk
barefoot I used to go barefoot in New Zealand. I mean, sorry, in Alberta, but I wouldn't be outside barefoot. I just didn't wear socks. So I always had barefoot
Oh.
in my boots. So
Oh,
because I don't like I'm not a sock fan, so I prefer
yeah.
just going barefoot.
Me neither. That's something
Socks are
we have so
horrible.
much in common.
I
We're
know.
like we are different, but we are so adjacent. Like, we're so intersectional. I don't know what but we're both crunchy and we both hate wearing socks. I
Socks.
hate socks.
I hate
I wear
socks.
cowboy boots without socks.
Running shoes without socks.
Oh, yeah, me too. That's why
Yeah.
I wear the Zero shoes, so I don't have to wear socks. Um,
Oh yeah,
uh,
Arizona would be like a hot 120.
oh,
It
yeah,
very, very rarely gets that hot up here in British Columbia.
yeah.
Alberta can get that hot, but not here, not on the coast.
So, Meredith is, looking for I mean, not Meredith, I'm sorry. So Leanne is going what? Did you see something
I'm
cool?
sorry, I'm reading what Meredith wrote. I'm so
Good, tell
sorry.
me.
This is so weird.
Tell me.
She said, I joined the gym
Uh-huh.
on April 27th, and she's been 3 times. Go me.
Ooh, that is
Yay, Meredith,
awesome.
that's awesome.
Yay,
That
that's
is
so
so
good.
good. What about socks in the winter? One of life's
Yeah,
little pleasures? No, I'm sorry, Meredith, I'm going to have to disagree with you.
I wear the socks without the shoes or or
I wear these. I wear slippers with bare feet.
yeah, I wear
That's
slippers.
my little pleasure in the winter. But
It
I'm
doesn't get that cold here to really if I go to a ski resort, I will wear the socks and the
socks.
boots.
Yes, that's if I actually went skiing, I would probably put socks and boots too.
Yeah.
Thanks. I actually love the machines at the gym. That's so good,
Oh,
Meredith, that you found something
cool.
that you can do that you're comfortable and that you're
Yeah,
enjoying. That's huge.
yeah. I haven't gone to the gym in a long time, but I used to have so much fun doing it. It's like a 3rd space. It used to be like, you know what, like a 3rd space is? It's like a place where people gather, like
Oh,
the
okay.
mall or church so I thought it was fun, but I don't even know where a gym is near me. I know there's, like, the Hillsborough, Sportsplex that has a
Probably a
gym.
workout area, gym in it.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, she says I've started wall Pilates. I've been seeing
Mm,
wall Pilates, and if I
me
had a
too.
wall that I could actually go up against in my apartment, I'll be able to.
Yeah.
Because I can't do gyms anymore at 43 and a grandma, and people always think I'm like 26. People ask what my secret is. Genetics, that's it.
Yeah, genetics.
Genetics. I know. What can
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, I've seen the
Yeah.
wall Pilates, and I don't have a wall, though. I really don't, because I'm a maximalist,
Yes, you
which we were
are.
gonna talk about, and I don't have walls.
No, you don't. You have all your walls are occupied.
Yeah, and my husband is also it's not j we are maximalist.
There you
My
go.
husband is quite a, collector of things, like, once he gets started, he just wants all the same things. So
Right.
we have a lot of things on the wall are, like, what he has. If I were to decorate the walls, it would be, like, Victorian creepy portraits. But
How fun.
something like that, something like not like, something kinda dark humor, like, I
I
like the
like
dark
that.
humor,
That's so
but,
fun. I love that dark humor. I love it.
yeah.
I haven't decorated a place in well over it's been a couple of years. So
But you're moving into your own apartment
we
for
are
the
moving into an
Mhm.
apartment
Yeah.
and
I say that like you're a kid. Your own apartment.
my own apartment. We're moving out and we're going to get our own place now.
It's
Yeah. But I mean,
well
like for anybody wondering, this isn't my house. This is my son and daughter-in-law's. We're house sitting for them. So we've just been here for a few months and anyways, it's been quite a year. But we're moving into an apartment. We just
So, are you gonna get the two-bedroom or the
oh, right. No. I'm so
Oh.
disappointed. I'm disappointed, but we're okay with it. I mean, you save a couple $100. But the two bedroom that they have available is on the ground floor.
Oh, so
And
it's not worth yeah,
and the one that we're getting is the top floor. I don't
yeah,
like people overhead. I don't I
yeah,
can't control their noise and I can't
right.
handle it.
But you also get a better view of the ocean.
You do. We will get a nicer view of the ocean from the top floor that we're going to be in. The other one that I thought we were getting would have had does have a stellar view, but it's not going to be available until August or September. So it's just not an option for us right now. we're planning, hope, like our plan is to be here until after Christmas. However, we celebrate Christmas with whomever wants to celebrate Christmas with us. And then we will be Baba Moose. My
And,
necklace says gypsy. This says
yeah.
gypsy. Yeah.
Yeah, but lately you've been well, can I tell them, like, how you lease, like, for 4 months at a time because you're always hoping to be going, but
Mhm.
but lately that hasn't been happening, so this year you've moved, like, 6 times, was it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
This is our sixth move in like the end of 2022. We moved back to Vancouver Island, and in that time we've moved 6 times. This is our
yeah.
sixth move. It's been a lot. It's
It's been a lot.
we've been other years like this.
Yeah.
One year I lost count of how many beds we had slept in because you're including the rentals and staying with friends and family and hotels and it was a crazy year. It was a
Yeah.
crazy year. Yeah. Yeah. But
That sounds like me when I was, like, 20. Like, I would, like, sleep like, I would just sleep in my car whenever, I would be very impulsive, and I lived in California, and I would just, like, "I'm mad at I'm mad at my dad. I'm going to Santa Cruz," and then I would just drive, like, 7 hours to Santa Cruz and just, like, stay in my car with my dog, um, and I'm going to Death Valley. I would just go places. I had this one friend though, this guy friend, and he was really attractive. And we tried to connect, but it just didn't work. There was
mhm.
just something, it was just not there.
Mhm.
But we would go to Santa Cruz and I was so bad. This is where I don't sound nice. I was so bad. I would like totally like pimp him out. I was like, "Go get us a place to stay." Like, what about that
You're
girl?
pretty. Go find somewhere for us to stay.
Yeah,
Go
go
ask
find
her.
but I was, like, totally pimping him out. Isn't that terrible?
No, you were looking for a place to stay. I mean, it's not like you were asking for money. And
No. And I just thought, like,
I
"Oh, well,
guess, I don't know.
he wouldn't mind it, like, well, he's gonna get a place to stay, and he's gonna have fun," you know?
Right? And all you get out of it is a place to stay. I mean,
Yeah. But I remember he would get frustrated with me. Like, "It's not like that."
but it is.
Yeah, it totally
Oh, that's too funny. Oh, yes.
I was
Yeah. I'm not going to post any judgments on that. It's just like you were a kid. You were doing your thing. It's all good. I think that's fun. You froze a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. You kind of choppy. To me anyways, you're looking choppy. So, anyways, I don't know what to say.
all internet. I
It's
needed
it's a thing. It's a
yeah.
thing. So,
Ooh. So, what are you gonna do with your apartment? How are you gonna since you haven't decorated in a while? What's your plan?
my
What's your
plan
what
my plan is to move what we have,
Mhm.
which is a sofa that we bought when we started house sitting here at our son's place because they didn't have a sofa because they had just
Oh,
bought this place and they just moved in.
yeah.
So we bought the sofa. I'm not in love with it at all. I would be happy to get rid of it, but then the hassle of getting rid of it and finding another one is just more than I'm really interested in right now.
Yeah.
Um, So it's really just moving what I've got into the apartment and then kind of deciding how to use it all. Like it's going to be pretty minimal. I'm not, I keep things very simple. I like it
Mhm.
very clean and simple. And I love mid-century modern.
Oh, okay.
We had a gorgeous set of teak coffee tables and end tables and side tables, um, which we gifted to our kids for their wedding present. So
Oh,
I'm on the search for some more coffee tables and end tables and side tables and stuff like that. But yeah, so it's pretty. Mine is maybe slightly boho with a mid-century vibe too. So,
yeah.
but very simple. I've got a cowhide that we got down in Mexico, which I love, and then we have a couple of really cool orange slice mid-century chairs,
Oh,
and those ones are kind of in a, I don't know, like an orangey brown
yeah.
leather. And then we also have two black ones that we have a white pedestal tulip table. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
Like a tulip, so it kind of comes. It's a round
Oh,
table, and then it
yeah,
kind of goes
okay.
in at the yeah, in this that
Is it
pedestal.
mid-century?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
but
I
it's
totally
all
know.
white. It's white. And then we have a couple of orange slice black chairs that we have with that. And then I've got this really, oh, I put it away. I've got this new wall hanging that I picked up at the thrift store. When I thought we would be moving into our own place, and I never did. But I think it was like $4.50, and I
Oh,
think it's like 4.5, 5 feet across. Is it
mhm.
about 5 feet? Yeah, it's about four and a
Wow.
half feet across, and it's nice. It's big and it's woven. It's this woven of almost like a Spanish or Mexican town, like just a little
Oh,
scene, like a road going down and
yeah.
some buildings. It's really cool. I'll show you. I'll send a picture of it to you, or I'll post it when I get it up. So
Yeah. Oh, how cute. We
yeah.
when
So
I lived in New Mexico, we would go to Crown Point, um, which is a rug auction, and we would look at, Navajo rugs. Michael the Navajo,
oh, nice. Uh-huh.
but that w they but pictorial, but it's just it's the village,
Mm-hmm.
but you see that with a lot of folk art, where they
Yeah.
depict the whole village, the animals and the
Oh,
colorful clothing, and yeah.
yeah.
With Navajo, it's not as colorful,
This one isn't very colorful at all. In fact, it's like I said, I picked it up at a thrift store for $4.50. It's really faded, so the colors are
Mhm.
very muted, and it's quite almost like an orange, beige, brown. But if you flip it over,
Ah.
you've got blues and reds, and you've got a lot more color. So it must have been
Ah!
sitting in the sun on somebody's wall
Yeah.
on in the sun. So it's really faded, but it's pretty. Like I love it. I love it. So I'm
Oh, how
excited to get
fun.
that hung, and
I love things when they have a little wear and age to it. I'm
I do too.
like my whole house is antiques, and people are like, "Well, you should sage that. You should sage that before putting it in your house, or I would sage that." I'm like, "Are you kidding? I want the ghosts." You know?
I want their energy. Come on in.
I no, I don't need to make anything my own. I like the history. I love being connected to the past, to people from before. It just makes me feel connected to the world. Like, it just
Mhm.
gives me that sense of, it's almost like a spiritual thing,
Mhm.
like that, sense of being connected to oneness. I don't want, like, I don't want even a house that has never been lived in. You know? I like I don't know, I just like the idea of sharing
Mhm.
things and adding my own story to
Mhm.
things, like all my furniture and everything in my house had a story before, and
Right.
now I'm and now it's it has a new story.
And you're adding to this story.
Adding to it. I'm adding to this story, and now I'm connected to those people in some ways.
Right.
Like,
I think that's really
one
cool.
I was at an estate sale, um, and the son was handling everything, and it was really hard for him because it was his parents, and his parents had died.
Mhm.
And so I met him, and so I kind of, really got a sense of the lo and there were these kitchen witches, that were just on the table. Of course, everybody was, like, avoiding them, and kitchen witch is, like, something that anybody would be like, "You gotta sage that."
I don't know
But
what a kitchen witch is.
so my mom, being, the witch that she was, she
Mhm.
had kitchen witches, and they protect the kitchen.
Oh, cool.
So they could be anything. They could be like corn dolls or like whatever, and I
Uh-huh.
think they were probably more popular in the 80s. And she loved her kitchen witches. She had them in the pantry, and they just protected everything. And yeah, so when I saw that at this estate sale in New Mexico, the kitchen witches, and I remembered, and my mom was still alive, but I remembered, like, how much my mom loved those, how nobody understood my mom, how they just kinda made fun of her, and I was like, "I'm taking these kitchen witches," because I it was just like because I want her to feel understood even in death, it's
Aw.
not just like, "I'm taking these because these are valued."
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. So do you have
I
them in your kitchen?
don't have them anymore. I don't know what happened. We moved
Oh.
across country
Oh, yeah.
lots. I think what happened was in Ohio, we were trying to get out of there really fast. We were selling our house, and we were going to Oakland, and we had to get everything in a truck, and Michael called these people who, like, pick up stuff, and I think they ended up
Oh.
in that.
Oh, that's too bad.
So I think that's what happened. Oh, Meredith says she remembers kitchen witches.
I had a
My
cute one. My mom
my
had a
man
cute
had a
one.
cute. Yeah, mom, it's like your mom too. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I've been on the hunt for
Oh,
a
shoot.
small edge coffee. So, one of the best places I think to look for things is thrift stores.
I agree. 100%.
You know?
I agree. I mean, like, for me, it's like that reusing. I love to
Mhm.
find a good deal. Like, I'm just a deal I
Yeah,
love a good
me
deal.
too. I'm a deal whore too.
Yeah.
No, just
Yeah. And
kidding.
so it's just kind of like, and then when you're going to the thrift store, you're going to find something more unique than you are in retail stores. And I don't
Yeah,
like having stuff that everybody else has unless I can reuse it or use it in a way that isn't typical. Like, I like to be able to be creative with everything that we've got, in our home. So I have my own
yeah.
unique little spin on it. So, yeah, and
Mhm.
that's why thrifting is so much better.
And you could try it out, without spending a lot of
Mhm.
money. Like, you could just try it out, and if it doesn't work, it's not that you just re-thrift it, or maybe it's an opportunity to, excuse me, do something with it,
Mhm.
like decoupage it or something,
Right?
I don't
Exactly.
know. I give that advice, but that has never worked out for me.
I'll paint things. I paint things all
Mhm.
the time. If things aren't the right color or if it's worn down or, like whatever, if I want a different color, I paint stuff. Like, yeah, I'll
Yeah.
always paint stuff, which not decoupage though.
I'm not that I'm not that handy. I mean, like, I've done decoupage, but it's fine, it's easy,
Hmm.
but
It's not my
I don't
style.
know. Yeah, yeah.
It could be, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, it's
Anyways.
easy to do. I'm not saying it's easy to create something worthwhile. That takes some artistry, but
Hmm.
yeah.
I agree. So
Mm,
yeah, so as far as decorating goes, I honestly have not been inspired yet. We'll wait until we get into the
Oh.
space because we just found it and our application was just accepted. But the move-in date is not when we wanted it to be. We wanted to move in this week, but they're saying June 1st, and it's like,
Oh, that's a
and we could
month.
possibly move
Oh,
in
wow.
earlier, and I'm like, oh crap. So yeah, so I
Well,
don't know.
you can you can come here.
That might be a challenge for Sam to do, like for work, but
Oh.
I know Sam would probably send me in a heartbeat. He'd be like, "Go see Stevie." He's actually already said, "You should go and visit Stevie. You should go and see Stevie. You two need to get
Aw.
together."
Aw.
Because I mean, like sometimes you and I are chatting away, and each of our husbands would be like, "What?" It's like, "Oh no, I'm talking to Stevie." Oh,
I
and it would be
know.
like, "What did you say?" And it's like, "No, I'm talking to Leanne." It's
Yeah.
like,
Here, Michael, what? But it's
what?
because
It's like,
he's always plugged in. He's, like, always, like okay, he's really into woodworking. When he gets home and he obsesses, we're both like this, you know? Oh god, I keep burping. He,
come next Tuesday.
we're unfiltered, so I should just let the burps out, like, just to be true to the name. Unfiltered after 50. Burp.
Brr.
But Michael is so he has been woodworking for a year, and you've seen what he makes, like
Amazing.
and guys who are, like, woodworking, when they see what he's accomplished in a year, they're like,
And you work a
but
full-time job?
yeah, but that's because he's such a detail-oriented person, and is he probably puts 40 hours into it every week,
Right.
because he's just watching videos on woodworking constantly. I can't even believe there's that much content out there. You know what I mean?
Amazing, hey?
Yeah, and there's people local. A lot of the content creators are local. I'm telling him we gotta make a channel or at least an Instagram page or something, and I'm trying to tell him, like, "You need to connect with these local content creators." But right now, he's very humble about it, and um yeah, but that's what's happening, why he's always like, "What?" Because he's plugged into his woodworking channels constantly. If it's not that, it's dad jokes.
Oh my God, salmon. Oh, Sam's the same. Yeah.
You send me
I send you animal stuff all the time because I know that it delights you. It makes you laugh.
it makes me so happy.
Oh, the rubber chicken? Is that the one who would bring
Yeah, the
she
rubber
always brought
chicken.
rubber chickens to her donkey? I know. Amazing. Amazing.
Oh
The
my
donkey
god.
just oh, those are the best. My girlfriend actually sent me one yesterday. I think it was a rubber chicken pirate with a wooden leg.
Oh,
And
yes, that's it.
yeah, and she
That's
gave
it,
it to the
yeah.
donkey, and it's just like, and it's just like, oh, just going the donkey is in love, absolutely loved it. So cute.
Yeah, the whole donkey play ritual. It's like what dogs do, but it's, like, on steroids. Oh my god, and donkeys are so, like, disparaged, they've always been disparaged. And
I
and
love
it's so
donkey.
nice
I've
to see
always
a donkey
loved
get the validation he
donkeys. I know
deserves.
they deserve more recognition, some more positive
Mhm,
recognition.
mhm.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Hmm.
yeah, one thing we were let's see, trees poop? Trees poop? Here's my "Do trees poop?" Meredith says, "Do trees poop?" I don't know. Do they?
Did trees poop? Now we're waiting for you, Meredith. You have to get back to us.
Yeah, come on, come on.
You can't throw it out there and then just leave it hanging there. We need the punchline. Do trees do trees poop?
Yeah, where would they poop? They take everything up in their leaves and
I don't
then
know.
it just
Ye
goes b I maybe their death is just a big old poop. I don't
maybe.
know. Uh,
Okay, we're waiting, Meredith, you gotta get to us on
yeah.
this, but anyways, that's I'm gonna have to probably when you oh, of
Oh, yeah, here
course
we
they
go.
do. How else do we get number 2 pencils?
It's a dad joke, and that is so funny. I can't wait to tell Michael. Oh
That's good.
gosh.
Of course we do. Of course we do. Oh, dear. So,
It's
we were
warm
talking
here.
about decorating.
Yeah,
Oh, no, hold on. We were talking about what
we're talking about decorating.
we were talking about decorating, but before we went on live, you said we didn't talk about our
Oh,
non-toxic life.
our low for me, it's low toxic.
Our low toxic life. We
Yeah.
were talking today on Instagram, just our private DMs, about I sent you that recipe for mouthwash.
Oh, yes.
I sent you
Yes.
that recipe for mouthwash, and then I said to Stevie, we should, once I get moved, because this is your earth-based food channel,
Mhm.
and then we do like doing non-toxic things, is to maybe do a recipe once in a while together. If we just both get set up and we have all the ingredients and we can just kind of cook together and chat.
Yeah. I think that'd be so fun. And,
Uh,
like, make, like, DIY stuff and,
yeah, like really, like you had mentioned. Sorry, you're burping and I'm coughing today. Um, I had sent the mouthwash, which I think looks amazing. Like you said, it looks like a tea
it
that you'd
does.
want to drink. It looks so good. And then you had mentioned that you make your own vitamin C serum.
Mhm. Yep.
So maybe we could do
Yeah.
that.
We c
Um, and so maybe, I don't know,
that
maybe once a
mouthwa
month. hmm I can't do it today. Yes, it will have to be in the future. I need to move and get my own home and somewhere I can set up a camera in the kitchen. You're freezing. Oh, were you? Because it's just like all of a sudden it's like this. Yeah, you were really freezing up there, girlfriend. It's frozen again. There you go.
um, that, that
What is going
that
on?
mouthwash.
Yes, the mouthwash.
It sounds so cool because I just told Michael that he's gotta stop using mouthwash because
hmm
and I was told you about it, how mouthwash, uh, cleanses your saliva out of your mouth, like, disinfects your mouth,
Right.
and you need your saliva to create, um oh, what was it?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, nitrates, oh gosh, not well, okay.
You had it really clear when you were telling me on Instagram.
I know, I know. There's okay, when you eat food that has nitrates in them, your saliva will break it down, like
Right,
vegetables have nitrates. Your saliva will break it down, start a process to break it down, and it becomes, another kind of, nitrate that your body uses, that your arteries
right,
use to become more flexible and stuff. They're really important, and they really help, with prevent and help prevent atherosclerosis and high blood pressure and
right.
all kinds of things. And as we get older, we lose, like by the time we are I think by the time we are 50, we lose like half of it. So you
Oh,
wanna
wow.
preserve it, and one of the ways to preserve it is to chew your greens. I you on this, to chew your greens. Like, you don't wanna
Right.
put your greens in a smoothie, because when you put your greens in a smoothie, you bypass that process of chewing your greens, it doesn't trigger the saliva, and it makes the color of the smoothie look stupid. Like, it's like
It's
like
it really is ugly.
it's not, like, pretty anymore, and it also kind of dampens the flavor. It almost to me, it almost tastes like the fruit has rotted a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and also mouthwash will remove that. Why can't I think of it? Mike something nitrates, but you don't wanna use mouthwash, not a really highly disinfectant one. But this mouthwash was a tonic, basically, full of, like, cinnamon and cloves and, like, peppermint and stuff. It
Yeah,
looks really
it
good.
looked really good. Did it have anyways, it looks really good. It does have a lot of really good because I mean, cloves are so good for your mouth,
Mhm.
for,
Mm.
any kind of infections or any problems in your
Yeah.
mouth, and it helps numb. And then I had peppermint, and I think it might have had rosemary. I don't
Yeah.
know. Ginger. Anyways, it looks
Yeah.
really good. So I think we should make that together sometime.
Okay. That sounds like fun. Is Sam as crunchy as you?
No, he wouldn't be if he wasn't married to me.
Yeah, that's kinda like how it is with Michael. Oh, fennel seed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, fennel would be
Yeah,
good.
that would be really good in it. I love fennel. Um, oh, no cloves or
I smoke cloves.
I used to.
Did you?
Yeah, oh yeah. Back in the, 80s? Like, when I was 12 and waiting for the bus, and I would be able to get cloves from the liquor store. They would just sell it to me. Maybe I created a note for my parents. I don't know what I did, but back then you could get away with stuff like
I
that.
don't think that you really needed it back then.
Yeah. Yeah, but I love smoking cloves, and
That's funny.
I thought they were healthy.
I have no idea. I've never smoked cloves.
Mm.
Just ignore some of the stuff that's being said. We're talking.
Oh, I can't see.
Meredith
Yeah.
says that it's freezing for her too. The
Oh.
video is freezing. It's okay right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's all
Yeah,
good. All good.
yeah.
So, yeah, so I thought it would just be kind of fun to maybe do a couple recipes together, something different.
Yeah, we
Um,
could do vitamin C serum.
mhm.
It costs I mean, the most expensive part would be the vitamin C is like $13 because you have to get,
Right.
like, L-ascorbic vitamin C because that's bioavailable, and then, the glycerin is, probably about $10, but you can use it for so many other things.
Oh, I know. I use
Eh
glycerin on my face too.
Yeah, it's so good. Like,
Yeah.
I when I make the serum, my face feels so good, but I think 90% of that is glycerin. Like, glycerin is a great beauty product.
It really is.
It's so
Yep.
good.
Yeah. I use it on my face with good night. I use jojoba oil. My brain is
Uh-huh.
just like not functioning. I use jojoba oil and then a castor oil. I'll use castor oil on
Oh,
my face. And I
that's
have
been really
castor
big
oil
lately.
packs now. Yeah, I do use castor oil packs. I do one on my thyroid and then I do one on my liver kidneys.
Oh, what
Yeah.
what does that do for your thyroid or your kidneys?
For like around my neck, I do it. I
Mhm.
do one around my neck just to help. Like I don't know, castor oil is just like it's just like such a healing oil, and it
Yeah.
goes deeper. Like if you put like what I'll do is I'll put the glycerin on, and I'll put jojoba oil on, and then if you put the castor oil over top of all of that, it draws
Yeah.
it into your system, into your skin even more. Because
Really?
so castor oil goes deeper than most oils do.
I didn't
Yeah.
know. I mean, I'm surprised that castor oil, like, it's hard to get things to go into your skin.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, because of the cell, like the cells, the
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 weight.
size of yeah, it's
Yeah.
too heavy.
Yeah, the molecular weight.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mm.
I didn't know castor oil. You'd think castor oil, because it's so thick, that you would think that it had a high,
I know, you'd
yeah.
think it'd be the opposite, right? It's like it's because it's
Yeah,
so gloopy and sticky and
right.
everything, but
I always
yeah.
worry about things that have the ability to permeate the skin, like, you don't want it to bring other things in there with it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's
You gotta
true. I mean,
like
you
like pollutants, for instance, let you would wanna clean yourself. If you
mhm,
lived in a city or something, you could bring pollutants in or,
mhm. Yeah, you definitely wanna
um
cleanse your skin and everything before you put it on,
yeah, yeah.
but it's good. So
I've been wanting to try cat I mean, it's just so big right now, everybody's talking but it's not expensive,
and it's not
and,
big, right? I mean, like, it's been around. Castor oil has been a
yeah,
big thing forever. It's just one of those
yeah.
things that it goes through it's back it's
Mhm.
back because people forget, and then they
Yeah.
get so caught up in the mainstream, you know
Well, pe sorry.
no, it's a, cosmetics and
Yeah,
pharmacy stuff, and then when you get back to the basics again, then you rediscover these things, right?
yeah. Well, people like Shailene Johnson, she's promoting it a lot.
I don't know
Do you
who
know who
that
she
is.
is? She's just a big, huge fitness influencer. Like the whole family, Brock Johnson, he does the IG, like he teaches people how to use IG. They are an influencer family, and Shailene
Okay.
used to have do like she was big in the fitness, like she did. She has a fitness empire. You know what I mean? She
Okay.
had like all these videos and stuff like that, and she's just been really big into castor oil lately. She's also from San Clemente, where I'm from. Or I don't know if she's from there, but she had a house there for a while.
Mhm.
And who else has been talking about it? There's someone, yeah, this is some very big influencers and YouTubers have been
Right.
talking about castor oil, and I'm wondering when, what triggered it, because I can't see it's like that. I don't think there's a big castor oil, like big industrial castor oil.
That's all of a sudden like, we're just gonna promote this
Yeah,
and get it out
yeah,
there
yeah. I'm just wondering what was the originator of that. But yes, people have been using castor oil for forever. Maybe it was a
forever.
new study. Maybe there was a new study because studies do that too.
Mhm. Yep,
Yeah,
all of a sudden. Meredith says you guys could start your own beauty product line and call it Unfiltered.
unfiltered. Oh,
There you
I
go.
really like that actually.
That is a brilliant idea.
Yeah. Like and you don't have to, you can feel confident being unfiltered, you know?
Mhm.
Although, I mean, anybody should be anyway, but
Exactly.
yeah. Um, yeah, we could do fire water too. We'll have to do that in the fall or
Oh,
before.
yeah, I've seen that. I've never made it either.
Yeah.
But have you made
Well,
it?
yes. And
Okay.
I went to a fire water party.
A fire water
Yeah,
party?
where a bunch of women got together and we just made fire water.
Seriously?
Yeah, very witchy, very fun.
I like it. Okay, so you got together and you made fire water. Did everybody just bring their own ingredients, or did you just
Yeah,
each everybody had to bring something?
yeah, yeah, so, it was like yeah, like a stone soup or something, you know,
Right.
like some people brought horseradish, some people brought garlic,
Oh,
everybody brought
cool.
their own mason jar,
Okay, where did you do this? Was this like through the church?
no, it's in Yellow Springs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, it
Okay.
was a long time ago. Yeah, it was a
Okay, well,
Yellow
we'll
Spring.
do that. We need to make
Yeah.
we'll make a list of recipes that we can do together. I think that'd be really fun. Like just simple
Yeah.
things like that. Like
Mhm.
but not food. I mean, like we could do food ones, but um I like this kind of thing. I have another girlfriend who's just like gotten into all sorts of herbs and making tinctures like with dandelions and with um dead red clover, red dead clover, or anyway, some clover
Re
stuff, and just for inflammation and for digestion and for,
Yeah.
all sorts of different kinds of health benefits and everything. That she's been making tinctures, so we could be making some tinctures too. We're talking about stuff like
I've
that.
wanted
I
to
love
do
it.
that, but I'm always afraid about what I foraged. But you know what? I just got this app called Picture This, I think it's called. It's a plant identifying app, and it's
Uh-huh.
like 30 something dollars a year, but it is
Okay.
so worth it. It
Right.
like it could you could have like the little seedling and it's like, "Oh, it's that." Like how does it know a seedling?
That's
But it will
amazing.
identify a seedling, and if you take pictures of all your plants and, save them, it will tell you when your plants need to be watered, when they need to be
That's
fed.
crazy.
Yeah, if you take a picture of a plant and it's like there's something off it, it's like, "This plant needs attention." It's like the most amazing,
That's
um,
so cool.
app ever, and I take it into my garden, and I just take pictures of things to s figure out if I need to weed it or not,
Right.
and and, like, all our weeds are trees because we live in the forest.
Right, so they're just replanting themselves over and over again.
Yeah, like, we get a tree of heaven. I don't know which is the tree of heaven, but that is really interesting. Oh, I also found I don't get this, maybe it was a mistake, but I got opium poppy.
Okay, speaking of opium poppies, I at one of the places that was renting last year, they had these beautiful poppies, and um, Tina, Tina Clark, you know who Tina is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tina
she
Clark
said
from
curly
that one.
silver.
Oh, yeah, uh-huh, yeah.
She's like, "Oh, can you send me some of those seeds?" Like another friend of hers, or somebody that someone else that she knows from Instagram from the other side of Canada sent her some seeds, and I'm like,
Oh,
"Sure." So I actually
you
packaged
drug
up.
dealer.
Well, okay, so I mean, like here in Canada, they're legal. Like you can grow them; it's not a
Yeah,
problem,
I think it's
right?
fine here too. I'm just kidding.
It's not.
Oh, it is?
It's not because I packaged up. I packaged
No.
up some and I put them in a card and I sent some to Tina, and I packaged some up and I sent them in a card to Claudia, and I packaged some up and I sent some to Catherine. Okay, so Claudia and Tina are both in the States. Catherine is in the UK, right?
Oh.
So I sent them all off, and I got a thank you from Catherine for them. And then Tina's like, "Did you send them?" And I'm like, "I did." And she's like, "I never got them." And so I'm just like, "Okay, that's weird." And so then I asked Claudia, I said, "Claudia, I sent you something in the mail. Did you get it?" And she's like, "No." So both of the packages of poppies that I sent to the States did not make it.
Oh my god. We
So
are
I
not
looked at
free.
they will not make it across the border. So I know I looked it up and it's just like, no, it's not. You can't send poppy seeds to the States. Or I can't, I mean, like I can grow them here, not a problem, but I cannot send them to you. But they can go to the UK, but I can't send them to these States.
That is crazy.
I know, isn't
It
that
it's
weird?
I mean, do you know how many poppies it takes to do anything? And, like, I don't know.
But I mean, like, and the thing
It's
is
nuts.
that it was just like this little tiny, it was just a little tiny
Yeah.
Ziploc bag, that you get like seed beads in, like it's just a tiny little
Yeah, but
Ziploc bag. And I put them in there and I put them in the card, and nope, neither of them made it.
they have the app.
I think I tried Tina twice. I think I tried sending, yeah, I sent them to her twice
You're
and they
about to
didn't
get a
make it.
note. You're like, "How does 10 years sound, Leon?"
I know, right? It
Because
was
that's what
just for some flowers.
it would be. It would be like 10 years at least. Okay, so my mom, she went to Peru, and she went to, Machu Picchu, and the whole time that she was in Peru, because she had some, it was hard to breathe because it's such a high altitude.
Mhm.
So they gave they gave her coca de mate or mate de coca, excuse me, and, it's, coca leaves, and they drink it all the time. Like, the workers in the fields, they
Mhm.
drink coca leaves, and it doesn't have the same, potency, but it is a stimulant for sure, and it
Mhm.
also helps open up your lungs,
Mhm.
and so she was drinking it like crazy, and she decided to buy, like, a whole bunch of it, like, bags of it, and
Oh, no.
she brings it back home and some tea boxes too, and she's just got she whips out a whole couple, like, freezer bags, like, gallon bags of coca
Yep.
leaves, and we were like, "Mom,
"Mom?"
this coulda put you in jail in 10 years, because you can't have any amount of cocaine in any sort of form." You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah,
no.
she just brought back coca leaves. It's just so crazy. Now, I went to Peru, and when I got back, I had, like, oh, yeah, I I'm a curious person, okay? So, I brought back pin butterflies for my brother and sister, and I also, brought back a whole bunch of terrorist tracks because I was curious about what was happening, and,
Seems legit, like
so stupidly naive. But I just had them in my clothes. I didn't think anybody would go through my luggage. Well, yeah, first
they
they were triggered
did.
by the pin butterflies. They were like, "Okay, this isn't like I don't know if you should bring these back. We need to talk to somebody." And so they brought like an inspector over, and then the inspector went through other stuff, and then he saw the terrorist tracks, like just the tracks of different terrorist groups. Because I found them at a reading, like a book fair, and um, yeah, they detained me, and they didn't give me a full body search, but they searched me really well, and I was, like, detained for hours because of
How
that, and
old were you?
about 25, and I didn't realize that I was the exact, profile of the kind of women that was employed to actually force terrorist groups to
Right.
bring money and stuff because they were using, like, American and
Mules.
European
They were using, yeah.
girls, yeah, yeah, who are
Oh
about
my
my age.
god. That could have gone really bad.
Coulda got but I didn't have
It could have
anything
gone
bad on me except, I mean, but the terrorist tracks was reasonable.
kind of a little bit of a red flag. I don't know.
Yeah, and they took
That's
them away from me.
of course. Of course they did. Not a bad choice though.
I was just
Okay,
curious.
Meredith has a question here. She has two questions. First of all, is fire water the same as fire cider? And yes, I believe it is. Is
I
it?
don't know.
I think it is. I think it's just a different name for the
Yeah,
same
maybe.
thing. It's like it's that drink that you take
I think
for
it is
in
fire
this.
cider.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
fire
fire
cider,
water
and
is
it's
like booze. Okay, yeah.
yeah. And then she has another question, and I know why Meredith is asking this. Stevie, do you have white magnolias in your yard?
I don't, but I can
Heck,
take you to some that are real close. I wish you
that would
did.
be
I love
lovely.
them.
I hope that happens, Meredith.
Yeah.
Do they smell? Like I thought that they smelled. Do magnolias smell?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I
Sweet.
thought so. That's
They're so wonderful. I don't know if they're blooming right now, but I have a gardenia in my yard. I have a big gardenia bush, which is much similar to magnolia, but it's the
Meredith,
flowers are
Meredith,
similar.
Meredith will tell you. I'll let
Okay.
you if that's your stuff, Meredith, but because that's yours to share. But thanks for asking, and now I'm going to be curious. I want to know.
I want
Anyways,
to know too.
you will know. She will tell you, I'm sure. Don't be sad, Stevie. It's okay. Don't be sad. Meredith will tell you. I'm sure she will. So, anyways, I hope that you see them. That would be wonderful if they're in bloom
Yeah,
right
I
now.
wish we
Our
had
magnolias
them.
are just kind of, I've got a magnolia tree out here and it's still blooming. It's still covered in, it's still covered in buds, which is shocking to me, but um, no, ours are still in bloom. I'm thinking there's still a lot of magnolias around. We have beautiful
Yeah.
white magnolias, like the star magnolias. They look like
Ooh.
feathers. They're so, like, they just kind of burst open like a star. They're really
I don't
pretty.
even know what they are. Wow.
Yeah, they're really
Interesting.
fine petals, very fine, wispy
Yeah.
petals on them. Yeah, they're very
They're
pretty.
like the oldest, like one of the oldest trees ever.
They
A
are.
and I don't know if you know about the Practical Magic series. It's one of my favorite series of books, and I think Meredith would really appreciate it if she hasn't read them, but The Rules of Magic, Lessons in Magic, they're all Alice Hoffman's books. Practical Magic was the first book that came out, but there's prequels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's set, I think, in, like, the 1600s, and it's about, like, a man who brings a magnolia to Boston. Like, that's but the magnolia is a big part of the story. But
That's
those
so
books are just
cool.
magical to me, I love them. I know, maybe we could watch Practical Magic. That would be so fun.
I love that show. I love that
Yeah.
movie. Meredith says, Leanne said that it was in my Akashic records, and yes, it
I figured
was.
that.
It was in your Akashic records. I don't know the significance of it. I hope that, like, I mean, we could always ask another time, or you can ask yourself, you know. It's not, you don't need a reader to ask these questions. You can definitely ask. I would have been shocked in a good way if you said yes. So,
So, I have a story. We always go spiritual, but I have a spiritual story that involves
awesome.
also the reading. So, about how we were trying to sell our house in New Mexico for a long time and we couldn't sell it and it was just
Hmm.
terrible and I do practice like gratitude and I kind of meditate and I like listen for the presence of the spirit. Um, and as a Quaker, that's, what I do as well.
Hmm.
But I was reading a couple books about praying the rosary and stuff and the power of like asking for intercession. Because before I was like, why would I ask for anything? Like, that's like questioning the perfection of what already exists. Why would I ask anything? But I
Mm,
learned, that there's power in doing that because it really helps you, understand what you want, who you are. It's a great act of in terms of developing your authenticity. So I thought, oh well, we really want to sell the house. If I was going to ask for anything, it would be to sell the house. So I was just walking around the yard, just kind of like talking to the divine, just like like Fiddler on the Roof. and I um and I said, I really need to sell the house. We've got to sell the house. And in my head it was, well, why don't you get a rosary? And I was like, oh, that's just my ego. That's just me wanting to buy something to make myself feel better. You know what I mean? Like magical
mhm,
thinking. And then, like, the thought came in my head that, "No, put some skin in the game, that's all it is. Put some skin in the game." So, I bought the rosary, and I told you about how I took the crucifix off and put a heart on it and everything because I don't like crucifixes at all. Um, okay, so but the very I got trying to remember, I think it was, like, the very next day, my husband said, we have people who wanna buy the house." And then it was, we have people fighting over the house, right? Isn't that crazy?
what?
Yeah. And so, and then we sold the house. Like we
What?
were within a month, we sold this house that we've been trying
Oh
to
my
sell for
God, I had
years and years
no
and years.
idea.
And it
This
was
must have been
killing us.
recent.
Oh, I didn't know you didn't know. Okay.
You
This
didn't
is a
tell me.
this is a couple months ago. So this has
Okay.
been really hard on us. We've been poor, like really house poor. So it was a big deal actually for me buying this $30 rosary.
Mhm.
So, okay, so I got the rosary and, um, and it still has a crucifix on it, which is making me feel very weird. And then I put my
Right.
sister's heart pendant on it. And then I go to, and then we have you read my Akashic records. And then one of the things that um, you said that they said from the Akashic records was it's not about the rosary. Don't be attached to the rosary. You don't need that rosary. It's not your conduit. Right. So, and then I go to the meeting and I bring the rosary. I bring it because I want to show my friend Ellen, and I want to. I'll also try to see what it's like if I can center down with it, like to just touching the beads, if that would help me center down.
Yeah. Get out of your head.
Yeah, get out of my head. So I try that, but there's a guest speaker, and it's a woman who's actually a Christian Scientist, and the whole talk was about prayer. She's just
Mhm.
talking about prayer, intercession kind of prayer.
Mhm.
And so, which was really weird. That's never happened before. We've never had anything like that. Why did I bring the prayer beads? Like that was really
Yeah.
weird. And she talked about it. It was a great talk. I really connected with it. Um, and then as I was and then I was sharing that story with Ellen and telling her all that happened. And oh, wow, we're talking about prayer today. That's amazing. And I show her the rosary and it just breaks. You see the
Seriously.
symbolism in this, right? It just breaks. I was like, that's like the period at the end
Of
uh
the
of the whole
and end
process.
scene.
Yes, done.
Done.
Amen. Yeah, people are like,
Yes.
I'm so sorry it broke. I'm like, no, that was an amen.
I love it. That is
Yeah.
so cool.
And when that happened, it made me I also thought about, when you read the records and um about, you kind of reminding me that, this is not something to be attached to. Yeah.
It's not necessary. It's a beautiful symbol, and sometimes, like you said, it can help maybe ground you, get you out of
Yeah.
your head, and get your sensory somewhere, your focus somewhere else, and that's beautiful. But to know that you have a direct line without any other,
Yeah.
you
And now
know,
I just have the
conduit.
heart with the 5 Hail Marys, which I think is just great. It's just the heart with 5 Hail Marys.
Yeah.
Um, that woman was talking about.
Mhm.
Psalm 23,
Mhm.
Proverbs 20, no, Psalm 23. Is it
Mhm.
Psalm
The
23?
Lord is my shepherd.
Lord is my shepherd. Okay. Use AI and ask AI to replace Lord, Jesus, God, whatever, with love. And it's amazing because
I bet that would be
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, yeah, it's
That
really
was part
good.
of my deconstruction out of worshiping the scriptures or being um, how do I say it, like with the Bible.
Hmm.
It was like a rule book, right?
Yeah.
It was just a bunch of do's and don'ts, how to live your life. And one of the first things that I started learning in my deconstruction was just to replace everything with love.
Hmm.
And if what you're reading doesn't make you feel loved, then just
Hmm.
toss it out, because it's just
Right.
not something that's pertinent to your life in that moment. If you can't read love into the scriptures that you're reading, then just put them aside and toss it
That's
out and
so good.
don't.
Yeah.
So I think that's really, I love that. I love that. That's a beautiful
Yeah.
exercise to do.
The it's not the Lord's Prayer.
No.
It's 23rd, but the Lord's Prayer, the Christian Science version of it, it starts with um, dear Mother, Father. They believe in Mother, Father, God. I didn't know that. Thought that was
Mhm.
interesting. Yeah, which she
Mhm.
said is just love. It's just all just
Mhm.
love,
It's
love.
all
It
love.
just love.
I don't know if did you ever hear of the book or movie The Shack?
No, I know
And
Caddyshack.
Yeah, it's very different. Anyways, it was just like it was I can't remember the name of the author, but anyways, The Shack was just a very very big book in the Christian community, and then there was a movie made of it. And it kind of rocked the Christian world a little bit because they showed one like it's a story. It's a very
Mhm.
it's pretty intense. It's I mean, I highly recommend it because it's just like it's
Okay.
really interesting. But from a Christian perspective, it rocked a lot of worlds because part of the God Trinity that the Christian Church believes in was portrayed portrayed by Octavia,
Oh.
so a beautiful black woman,
Oh, okay.
right? Or an African American black woman. It was portrayed part of that God. And it kind of rocked the community because it's like God the Father, God's masculine, God's male, God's this, right? And
Yeah.
it's just like, no, actually, if you go through the scriptures, there is like when you go back to the original Greek or Hebrew, that a lot of the words are masculine or feminine. There's a lot of feminine in the scriptures
Yeah.
too. But, patriarchy gets in there and just makes
Yeah.
everything male. So,
Yeah. I think of the Hail Mary as actually the union of the, um, male and female God. That's kinda how I think of it and how it's almost like the Ouroboros. Very I'm being very mystical, but it's like it's just the union that creates the resurrection, you know?
right.
Yeah, so,
Interesting. Cool. So anyways, The
yeah.
Shack. If you haven't seen The
Sorry,
Shack,
I didn't mean to
I'd love
interrupt
no no
you.
no 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 no. I'm just going back to what I was just, it's like if you haven't seen it, it'd be an interesting read or it's a really easy read.
Yeah,
It's heavy. There's some heavy that the story plot, the storyline is very heavy.
like,
Um
emotionally.
yeah, but they do a really good job of it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
Yeah.
movie, yeah,
Okay.
and book. So I wish I could think of the author's name because it's like right there, but I can't think
Yeah.
of it. But
Yeah,
anyways,
I have enough information. I have Octavia and The Shack, and I think that will get me there.
exactly, you'll find it. You'll find it. Anyways,
Yeah.
we're like 12 minutes after, and I've got a reading this
Oh, yay!
afternoon. Um,
Okay.
so I have to go and prepare for that. I like to prepare and do the little.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Totally
Sorry, I was
understand.
reading what Meredith was saying. I just do the little channeling. I download a little something, whatever
Yeah.
source has for that person. So
Okay. Cool. Well, if you want a Akashic reading with Leanne, go find her over on her Instagram page, which I'll have to put down in the description. What is it? It's not Leanne Listens. It's
no, it's not. I think it's la.m.bo
yeah.
right now. So
Okay.
Leanne Bowden, but
Yeah, but
anyways, you'll be
I'll
able to
put it
find it.
down there. And if you made it this far, consider subscribing.
Subscribing,
Yeah, so you'll be
yes.
notified when we come
Do it
on,
live again.
which we do it every Thursdays at 3 my time, which is Eastern Standard Time. But also, we're going to be doing the kitchen stuff, the
I think
DIY
so. I think
fire
that'll be
cider, and
fun.
making vitamin C serum, and all kinds of things, making mouthwash and who knows what we make? So we don't have a time set for that. So, if you hit the bell button, you will be notified when we do anything,
Perfect. Do it.
and when I make whole food plant-based videos as
You
well.
want to watch her channel all the time. You've always got such great stuff on there. So bye,
Aw,
Meredith. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining
bye. Bye,
us.
Meredith. Bye, everybody.
Bye.